Hey Josh, how you doing?
Good, Coach. You?
Good. Look like you're zipping along out there.
Not doing too bad. We're spoiled up here in Mammoth with these trails.
Without a doubt. No, I mean, it's, you know, Horseshoe Lake up here in Mammoth Lakes. We're 9,000 feet. I mean, this is one of the nicest trails you're going to find around.
You can't beat it.
I mean, trail running, you know, you're out here having some fun. You know, you kind of get lost out here in the woods. Great little thing to do to kind of change it up.
I love getting on the trails because when you're training a group, a lot of times you can get sucked into a little faster pace, and the formula really is hard, easy, hard, easy, hard, easy, hard, easy. That's how you build up, and your recovery days need to be just that, recovery. And I think getting out here on the trail, a little more technical, you have some bridges, you have some roots, you have some stumps you're jumping over, some creeks like we have over here. It really keeps the pace slow, keeps it good, and you're really paying attention a little more to what's going on underneath your feet.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about things like recovery, I mean, we're running on soft surfaces when we're going on trails. You know, the body's going to produce 2.5 times your body weight of force with each step. Running on a soft surface like a trail as opposed to, you know, concrete, you know, on sidewalks or the asphalt, the pavement, you know, a lot more wear and tear on those ligaments and tendons. Whereas you're on the trail, the ground itself is going to absorb some of that shock, so it's going to dissipate it and be a lot softer on those joints.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, you get up here and you can see my tracks that I leave, and that's because the force, the pounding force of the run is actually going into the ground rather than up into the legs. So that's a win-win for the runner there.
Yeah, and I know, like you talked about, paying attention out on the trails, and I think that is an important aspect of trail running, that it does actually work on increasing your focus, because, you know, like you said, you may have to hop over a log or a stream, step on a couple rocks here and there. You know, you're always playing that game of balance, so it's a great physical workout and a great mental workout as well. You know, you're going to increase stabilizing muscles of the ankle and the hips. So, you know, you're getting an all in all great workout, and almost like you're not even knowing you're working out because you're in such a great scene.
Totally. The worst thing, nothing kills a good run out on the roads like having to stop at the red light or the big truck coming by and swerving over into the bike lane. And here, you don't deal with any of that. You just get into the flow and you can go, and it just doesn't get any better than trail running.
Cool. Now, do you usually use like some different equipment when you're out there on the trails as opposed to pounding on the roads?
Yeah, you know, like with my K-Swiss shoes, I have some shoes that are really breathable in the front that I typically would wear out on the roads. When I get out here on some dirt trail, if you wear the really breathable shoe, you're gonna get a lot more dirt and rocks and some other things in there. So yeah, you do wanna tweak your equipment just a bit when you're out here on the trails.
Yeah, I know a lot of the companies will actually make some shoes that are more water resistant, you know, if you do happen to cross some streams. And I know typically traction-wise, you're gonna need a little more traction out here because the ground's a little bit slippery. You get a good shoe with a little, you know, harder rubber on the bottom, maybe some knobbies on there, so that you're not slipping.
Gore-Tex covering, they make all sorts of stuff now.
Yeah, so without a doubt. You know, and like anywhere, I mean, big cities have trails. You know, New York's got Central Park, Chicago's got their parks, LA's got Griffith Park. I mean, pretty much anywhere you go in the country, you're gonna find some nice places to train, even if it isn't in the mountains.
Yeah, and a lot of times as a runner, you wanna leave from the house. You're like, I only have an hour and a half, and it's not worth the drive to the park. But really, you get out there, get in the car, spend 5-10 minutes, get to that location where you can hammer out some miles on the trails. It's worth every minute of it.
Yeah, it's definitely time well spent, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Josh, well, I don't want to hold you anymore.
Thanks,
Why don't you finish off that run?
Thanks.